Showtime. Welcome to Financial Fridays. I'm your host, Glenn Cleland, aka the Intellectual Venture Capitalist. I've gone from investing in stocks to investing in students. Topic today, proudly UNB. Just how well our graduates from our program, the Student Investment Fund program from UNB, have excelled in the real world. Why should you listen to me? I was the former founding director of the Center for Financial Studies at UNB. My job was not only to find the talent, but to develop the talent. Initially was to get employees for New Brunswick Investment Management Corp. Then it became creating those students that are ready to hit the ground running for the financial and investment industry. I was one of the founding members of the senior management at New Brunswick Investment Management Corp. I created the Student Investment Fund at UNB. So I've got buy-side experience, but also have sell-side experiences. I was a wee little capital markets associate, and then I went through the pain of getting this CFA charter. So that's my expertise. A little bit of bragging rights here. The Student Investment Fund that I created at the University of New Brunswick back in 1998. It was first in the Atlantic region. We were profiled in the National Post. When I left in 2017, with 9 million in assets under management, we were #1 undergraduate program in Canada in terms of assets under management. And yes, that is real money. And with the CFA curriculum embedded in the program, we were one of a kind in the world. Now, other videos, I encourage you to look at them. We've talked about the key performance indicators in the Student Investment Fund. One was portfolio performance. I encourage you to look at the risk-controlled active management video and also the real money, real time, real performance. CFA pass rates talks about our unique teaching methodology called Stairway to Employability. I call myself the anti-Trump. My job is to get my students hired, not fired. We talk about the university competitions, how well we've done. 15 podium finishes, of which we're the first Canadian university to win not only the RISE competition down in the US against 200 different schools, but also the North American CFA investment research competition. But I want to talk about the careers. I mean, why should you care about this program? Well, it's because of the careers that we've created, because of the culture we've created. We talked about the culture, the intellectual venture capitalists, where we went from classroom to boardroom. That the students didn't have classes, they had meetings, they had job descriptions, we had employee reviews. It was a mentality that we had, and it led to tremendous success. Now, Dick Curry, the Chancellor of the University of New Brunswick at the time, former president of Loblaws, who's in the Canadian Business Hall of Fame, said the success of a university has nothing to do with the professors, architecture, programs. I might disagree with that, but everything to do with the graduates. That determines the success. Well, that's how I'm going to tell you or convince you that we were the most successful university. We started winning the highest level of university alumni awards. Faber Almana was the first one to win it. He won it back in 2017. He won the Proudly UNB Youth or Young Alumni Award. He's the gentleman in the tie right beside myself. And he won it because arguably of all the help that we gave him in the program. We assisted him to get into Harvard. My colleague Susan Boyce spent 30 hours doing his application. I spent 16 hours doing his reference letter. We got him in touch with Dick Curry, who's a former Harvard graduate. We went to the extreme where I actually gave Faber my jacket to get ready for the interview down there. He got deferred acceptance. We got him a Harvard acceptable job. This gentleman by the name of Mike Timms of Peters & Co., who was also a Harvard graduate. He got into Harvard. He was the top of his class, Baker Scholar. And from there, the doors opened. Would he have done it without our help? I'm convinced he would have done it, but we sped up the process. So here he is at 36 years old, and he's a senior VP, executive senior VP at Shaw Communications. So we've sped up his process. Then in 2019, another SIFT graduate, Ken Fox, won the Proudly UNB Youth Alumni Award. He benefited from our Futures Atlantic Symposium, getting his foot in the door with TD Securities, and then from there, he showed how good he was. He worked on the electric utility side, went in Toronto, then he went over to Calgary to work on the energy side, then he moved over to London, England to get international experience, then he moved to Houston, Texas, still with TD Securities, got up to vice president and director level, and now he's currently working for Virgin Money back in England. So he was the winner in 2019. 2020, our chairman of our Toronto Advisory Committee, Tom Liston, got the Proudly UNB recipient, not just because of how successful he was business-wise. At the picture here, he was a managing partner of Difference Capital, but also how much he gave back to the Student Investment Fund program. And you know what? I think we've got a lot of future potential winners because the program created the environment, the culture, the brand that allows to open the doors for these students. I wouldn't be surprised Subu Che wins an award. He's the global bond manager, RBC Global Asset Management. Colin Ryan, managing director at National Bank, is a shoe-in. Andrew Chamberlain's done very well on the on Chamberlain Wealth Management side. We've got Justin Lord, portfolio manager at Aimco, who's a shoe-in. You've got Jabran Hamid, who's on the private equity side of CBC Pension Plans. You've got Shoaib Ansari, who just got promoted to managing director at Canaccord. You've got Sean McNulty, who is founder of XIB, has been incredibly successful. Megan Chaka has been very successful on the CEO of Statly. She was profiled in a magazine showing she's one of the top 100 most powerful people in the hockey industry. Nathan O, co-founder, vice president of Centeris. So I think this is just a start of a lot of winners, at least within UNB. I'm hoping that actually some of these winners actually might win top 40 under 40, which I was actually nominated way back in 1999. So this is just a start. Really, what Proudly UNB shows is the SIF graduates are excelling because we help them get their foot in the door, and then after that, they prove themselves. So there we are. That's the long and the short of it. That's why you should be listening to this, because how successful our graduates have been. Remember, this business is about work hard, play hard. That's why I'm wearing my tennis hat, Roger Federer. Good times, you work hard, bad times, you play hard, but you always keep in touch so you can always get your foot back in the door. And remember, the card that I always carry in my wallet for those people out there that are graduate and need to give back or should be giving back. 100 years from now, it won't matter what your bank account was, what kind of house you lived in, or what kind of car you drove, but you might make a difference in the life of a younger person. So until next time, cheers.